and just to move my money down, putting more down more production, another factory, and importantly an armory. And this is to be able to get Thors out. With him now going quite heavily into the Vikings and the Banshees, the Thor splash damage should do quite a good bit of damage, and should make it harder for him to move in on any tanks or marines I have with his Banshees. So there's my Raven out, and I think I'm going to produce another one in a minute, and that's because I figure, well, in fact, here's a drop. That's why it's good to have a few more turrets. And you can see here he's stuck behind here while my tank continues to shell away. So I figure that I'll run him away because he can't get through. Unfortunately, that was a big blunder on my part, because he did scrape through, either because I didn't wall that off properly or because the minerals had worn down so much that they were able to, and just one shot there killed 10 of my SCVs. So you can see the importance of good control on your SCVs when there's blue flame Hellions about. You don't want to run them away in a big line like I did there. It just ends in disaster, and also I want to be putting SCVs back in gas there. With him going quite heavy on the blue flame Hellions, I'm going to try and switch into maybe a more marauder heavy mix. That's my thinking there. So as I said, I'm getting another Raven. That's once I got the first one out, I thought point defense drones are just brilliant in Viking battles. So hopefully they could sway the battle when it came down to it, because he will be going heavy Vikings, and I know that. So just continuing to get out tanks and Thors. I now begin to move out to put my third down. It's around 18 minutes, again a little bit late, but hopefully not too late. And immediately again putting down turrets, and I'll be upgrading this to an Orbital Command as soon as I have 150. Yeah, there we go. Unfortunately he scouts this immediately, probably because he'll have this tower over here, which I've been terrible. Usually I'll take both this tower, and that just keeps you on top of anything. But with this harass based build where he's got blue flame Hellions and Banshees, he can take map control so easily. So I'm reduced to moving out my army in kind of bulk. And there you go, that was how he saw it with that tower. So when I take this tower, I see that he doesn't have this, and that's just great news for me. It means that he's probably still on 2 base, but potentially you'll have the island, or this little outcropping here, or even the gold. So I want to be checking that pretty soon. So just continuing to rally units out at this point, getting stim, getting combat shield. You can see I've put SCVs back in this gas finally. Continuing to get supply blocks like a pro. And it's all just pretty standard at this point. Usually you'll want to put something here to check for units breaking through the ramp, but oh, there we go, there's my scan going off here and here. And I see he's got this, but there was not many SCVs and he's still building, so I know that's only just been taken. And so I want to begin to move out, because I know he shouldn't be far ahead if he is at all. Like I was saying, with these rocks there's just no point in keeping an eye on them really, because he's going Hellions and Banshees. And I scanned there, and I will have seen that he has battle cruisers as well, which is why I've moved back and just continue to get out more units. And that's great for me again, because it means that he just lost a lot of units there, and I'm feeling pretty good here. But if we actually just go back there, because that was quite important, it was just a huge mistake on my part. You see, I've just got my 2 Ravens just rallied over here, and he snipes them immediately without any point defense drone going down. I could have put down 3 there. It would have changed the battle so much in my favour. So good play by him. But he's got 2 battle cruisers here, a load of Vikings, and I'm wanting to get back in range of my Marines and my Thors. Unfortunately my Thors are shooting the battle cruisers, which is not effective. If they were taking out some of the Vikings, they'd be doing a lot of damage to these bunched up. So, but all the same, I've got 3 Thors here, and all these Marines shooting. Marines are actually quite effective against small numbers of battle cruisers, and that takes him out. So I was actually quite surprised when he left this game at this point. I thought he might have still been in it, but if we switch to everyone's view here, we can see I've still got a huge army here, or a huge ground force. He has 2 battle cruisers about to come out, but he only has that and one other unreactored starport, one naked starport. So he's going to be pumping out maximum of 3 Vikings, but also having to use up some of that time on Banshees, on battle cruisers, and so he knows I'm pumping out 3 at a time, and I can just win this air superiority battle quite easily. There's also the fact that I have my 3rd here, so I'll be able to rally any SCVs there very easily, and it's already fully saturated, whereas his on this island, he has to ferry them over with medevacs or just build them on the island, and that'll take a long time to get saturated, and giving me quite an economic lead, I believe. Well, I've got 10, yeah, and you can see I'm 500 ahead. So at this point, it was just there's nothing left for him. I could have pushed in, quite easily overcome his 2 new battle cruisers with even just 1 or 2 Vikings, and just kited them all the way back. It'll be becoming a little harder with patch 1.3 due to the speed upgrade, but not too much harder. And you can see as a result of his island, he's completely oversaturated there. He's got no SCVs there. So hopefully I caught most of the action there. I did get caught out a little bit. Needed to transfer those. But of course, if there's any questions about anything that I've done, or anything you don't quite understand, or any abuse to give me for my mistakes, you can comment on the YouTube channel or on mixedfruit.org.